Most programmers are about to lose time to AI, not save it, because they think a chatbot is an agent.
That confusion matters. An AI agent is not just a model that answers questions. It is a system that can take a goal, decide on steps, use tools, and act across multiple turns.
So the jump is from talking to software to delegating work.
Exactly. A plain model gives you text. An agent wraps that model with memory, tool access, and some control loop that says, what should I do next to complete the task?
Give me the fast test. How do I know when I am looking at an agent and not just a fancy prompt?
If it can observe state, choose an action, execute it, check the result, and continue until a goal is reached, that is agent behavior.
Concrete example.
A support bot that only drafts a reply is not really an agent. A support agent that reads the ticket, checks order status, issues a refund within policy, updates the CRM, and sends the message is.
That sounds useful, but also dangerous. The moment software can act, mistakes stop being cosmetic.
Right. That is why agents matter. They move AI from content generation into operations. They can touch revenue, cost, latency, compliance, and customer trust.
So this is a power shift. Teams that treat AI as autocomplete get small gains. Teams that wire it into workflows can change throughput.
Yes, but only when the task actually fits. Agents are useful when a job is multi-step, has clear tools, has checkable progress, and benefits from adapting along the way.
Like what? Beyond support?
Think about a coding assistant that does more than suggest lines. It reads an issue, searches the repo, runs tests, edits files, sees failures, revises the patch, and opens a draft pull request.
Now, we are close to real leverage, but also real blast radius.
Exactly. The same loop that makes agents useful also makes them risky. If the goal is vague, the permissions are broad, or the checks are weak, an agent can fail in expensive ways.
Here is the misunderstanding I keep hearing. People say agent when they really mean autonomous employee.
That is the big myth. An agent is not magic independence. It is usually a bounded system operating inside rules, tools, and guardrails you designed.
So, if I give an LLM a system prompt that says, you are an agent, that does not make it one.
Correct. Labels do nothing. Without tools, state, and a loop that can observe and act, you just have a chatbot wearing a hard hat.
Let us make this practical. When should a programmer not use an agent?
Do not use one for single-shot tasks, deterministic logic, or anything where a normal script is cheaper and more reliable. If the process is fixed, code it. If the process is messy, variable, and tool-driven, consider an agent.
Example.
Parsing a known CSV format into a database is not an agent problem. Investigating why nightly imports failed across 3 services, reading logs, checking dashboards, proposing a fix, and opening the incident summary might be.
That distinction is huge, because bad framing turns engineering into theater. You add AI where a cron job should have been.
And then you get slower systems, higher costs, and less predictability. The winners here will be teams that know where judgment is needed and where automation should stay boring.
What is the minimum architecture a new programmer should picture when they hear AI agent?
4 pieces. A goal, like resolve this ticket. A model that reasons about next steps. Tools, like search, APIs, and code execution. And a loop that checks results and decides whether to continue, escalate, or stop.
And the real design question is not, can it think? It is, what can it touch? How does it know it is wrong? And who is accountable when it is?
Exactly. That is the adult version of the conversation. AI agents are not about pretending software is human. They are about building systems that can pursue goals safely enough to be useful.
So the headline is simple. A chatbot talks, an agent does. And the moment it does, software stops being a helper and starts becoming a teammate you have to manage.